Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. To the HBAR holders, much love on all these updates. You guys are absolutely amazing. Continue supporting, and your boy got you covered on these updates. But again, guys, let's face it, the market is showing a lot of interest to HBAR now. Pretty much since the ETF went live, you're starting to see all of a sudden, everyone seems to be the biggest bull on HBAR, which again is so funny to me because just a week ago or over the last few updates, and again, as I indicated to you guys before on these updates, me as a content creator, I give you guys updates on HBAR every single day, and now everyone is obviously going to be talking about HBAR because of course it's gaining a lot of momentum. But now it's so funny to me that there are a lot of people mega bullish on HBAR. Like it's just absolutely crazy to think about. But let's take a closer look and see what is happening with HBAR today as we are going into Thursday morning. So as you can see across the board, we're seeing some coins up at the same time the broader market is seeing a retracement. We did see a rate cut, which again is amazing to see. But today is obviously the meeting between, the Chinese president and, the U.S. president. So, obviously that is something we want to kind of keep an eye out on for as well. But HBAR still having an amazing day, up 5.5%, a very impressive. Again, on a weekly time frame, 22.3% increase. And again, I'm sure no one's really complaining about that, especially the HBAR holders. But let's take a look at the price, 20.7 cents right now, up 7.6% on the Bitcoin side of things. Valuation approaching 8.8 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $710 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So take a look at this. According to Value Crypto, Canary HBAR ETF has witnessed 2.2 million inflows on its first day with $8.6 million day one trading volume. I know people are going to be like, well, Crypto ZX, Ethereum is doing these numbers, and Bitcoin is doing these numbers, Solana is doing these numbers. But again, it doesn't matter. We're talking about first day. You got to give credit where it belongs. And this is just a start. So again, very, very impressive. And speaking about the start itself, as far as the native token is concerned, if you're comparing it with Litecoin, if you're comparing it with Solana, if you're comparing it, with these two coins, as far as the coins are concerned, HBAR is the one that has performed the best. Obviously, you can make the indication, and you can make the argument that, well, Solana has been doing really good, which again is 100%. I agree with. Solana has been on an absolute tear even prior to the ETF. I think it was kind of priced in, but I don't think it was priced in for HBAR, and we can really see the way it is reacting. Again, up 5.3%, something very rare for HBAR to do. But again, since the ETF announcement, you are seeing HBAR starting to show quite a bit of strength. But let's take a look at what's happening with the Bitcoin dominance. As far as the dominance is concerned, you can see for yourself, we actually came down to 59.46% a few hours back. But you can see, we did pick up a bit. But again, you want to see the dominance starting to pull down. Very, very important. Again, that's where altcoins are going to have the fun time once you start to see the dominance show more weakness. But what's very interesting right now is this, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is seeing a retracement compared to where we were yesterday. Again, let me show you guys Bitcoin's chart on the hourly time frame. Bitcoin, of course, was sitting at the $114,000 yesterday, and you can see we pulled back below the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, came down to 107,000. Can make this up. We know the significance of that key range, but the price was able to make its way back into the 23.6 right off the bat. So again, nice to see. Obviously, the FOMC meeting, the sell the news event takes place, but again, right now, I think today is going to be a very, very important day to see how that meeting goes. And after that, all eyes on Bitcoin to see where Bitcoin closes that, a monthly candle. So that's what I am currently looking at. Obviously, we're still in the 23.6, not bad. But if you're looking at HBAR, though, HBAR is what everyone is here for. Let's take a look at the bigger picture on HBAR and really understand where we currently are. So the HBAR's price has not entered the 61.8 yet. And again, if you want to know about price actions, obviously, earlier this year, we went up to 40 cents. That was obviously very impressive into the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. And we never really got into the 23.6. And last time the price of HBAR was in the 23.6 Fib zone, it dates back to November of 2021. So again, 4 years ago almost. So that is obviously a very long time. But let's take a closer look at HBAR and really understand what's happening on an hourly perspective. So you can see for yourself after we retested the 61.8 Fibonacci sheet retracement level. You can see for yourself, we saw a rejection at that key range, came down to 19.2 cents. But look at it for yourself. Look at it for yourself. Do we have support at the 19.2 cents? Absolutely. You can clearly see this is something that I'm trying to show you guys. We touch right at the neckline. And of course, we need to keep in mind, Bitcoin, when it dropped below the 23.6, it also brought in a little bit of more of a sell pressure on HBAR. We came down to 19.1 cents, but picked up since then. And regardless of Bitcoin sitting at the neckline of the 23.6 or not, HBAR is showing strength. It's up right now 10% over the last few hours to be exact, after obviously retesting this 19.2 cents. So HBAR is showing significant bullish momentum right now. And you can see for yourself, we are being supported around the 20 cents. And again, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is we're above 20 cents. It's a psychological price point. The fact that we're above it, great. And I still do think it is a very strong possibility for us to get back into the 61.8 and actually do that close and start heading up to obviously some of these levels that we haven't seen since mid September. So I like what I'm seeing here with HBAR. Again, as far as the strength aspect is concerned, you can clearly see that for yourself here, showing great strength, regardless of Bitcoin, pretty much sitting at the neckline. Again, the ETF has brought in a lot of eyes on HBAR, and I think it's the start because people are starting to understand. Wait, what does HBAR do? And a lot of people, a lot of these institutions have been sidelined, and now obviously with the HBAR going live, other institutions, obviously hedge funds, and insurance companies, these institutional investors can look into now HBAR and see what it does, and maybe that capital never was able to come into these assets, and now it can do so, and that is the beauty of it. So again, very, very nice price action as of now. Obviously, we want to get the close within the 61.8. We're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. Follow me on X if you have not done so already. Thanks for all the love. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace.